The backhoe arrived on a Tuesday morning, tearing into the corner of my yard before I'd finished breakfast. By the time I reached the operator, he'd already carved a trench 3 feet deep along what the HOA claimed was common area drainage. It wasn't. That strip belonged to me, clearly marked on every survey since 1987. I'd bought the corner lot precisely because it backed onto woods, offering privacy the interior homes lacked. The HOA formed 2 years after I moved in, and though I'd politely declined membership, my property predated their covenants, they'd spent a decade pretending I didn't exist, until their drainage project needed somewhere to run. The construction supervisor handed me a work order signed by the HOA president referencing an approved engineering plan for stormwater management and flooding concerns in the lower subdivision. Admirable goal, wrong property. When I showed him my deed, he shrugged and said he follows permits. Except no permit existed. I verified with the county that afternoon. The HOA had submitted preliminary plans but never finalized them because doing so required notifying adjacent landowners like me. They'd gambled I wouldn't notice until completion. I documented everything. Photographs of the trench, disturbed soil, survey stakes they'd removed. Then I filed for an emergency injunction. The judge granted it within 48 hours, halting all construction and demanding the HOA prove legal authority. They couldn't. But while examining their botched permit application, I noticed something curious. The engineering report mentioned drainage issues affecting 23 homes. I cross-referenced county floodplain maps and previous variance requests. Those homes were built on wetlands the original developer had inadequately mitigated. The HOA knew. They'd fought water intrusion for years, patching problems with landscaping and French drains. My property sat uphill. Their trench wasn't solving drainage, it was redirecting their construction failures onto land they didn't own. I contacted affected homeowners directly, sharing engineering reports and wetland maps the HOA had buried in meeting minutes. 17 joined a class action against the developer's successor company. The board, facing liability for concealing the original issue, quietly abandoned the drainage project. The trench was filled, my yard restored, and proper retention systems were installed on their own lots. The HOA president resigned during the next election, replaced by someone who reads property descriptions. Now my corner lot backs onto undisturbed woods again, and I keep those county records bookmarked, just in case anyone else decides to dig without permission.